The CryoCaddy protocol begins by adding a small amount of gel to the bottom of a labeled, transparent mold. The gel makes the bottom of the mold sticky in order to assist with specimen orientation. The technologist delivers the mold to the pathologist or surgeon, who then places the specimen into the mold with the margin of interest face down. Once again, the specimen in this demonstration is represented by an irregular shaped piece of elastic band with the margin of interest indicated in red. The transparent mold can then be inverted in order to examine the specimen's orientation. If the specimen is not satisfactorily oriented, the position of the specimen can be readjusted to ensure that the margin of interest is face down and flush with the bottom of the transparent mold. Once the orientation of the specimen is deemed satisfactory, the transparent mold is transferred onto the CryoCaddy's -78°C freezing platform. The small amount of gel that was initially added to the mold freezes within seconds, securing the specimen orientation. The transparent mold with the secure specimen orientation is then overfilled with gel, creating a meniscus above the mold shoulders. As the gel at the bottom of the container begins to freeze and turn white, and while the gel forming the meniscus at the top of the container is still fluid, a labeled room temperature chuck is placed over the mold and allowed to settle onto the mold shoulders. A small amount of downward finger pressure is applied to the stem of the chuck to ensure that the surface of the chuck sits parallel with the bottom of the mold. The viscous coupling between the chuck and the mold allows them to be inverted, and the chuck stem is inserted into one of the holes on the cryo block in order to complete the freezing process. The progress of freezing can readily be observed through the transparent mold. After freezing is complete, which takes approximately 1 minute, the mold, which is designed to easily separate from the frozen block, is removed. The labeled chuck is now ready to be transferred to the cryostat for sectioning. Alternatively, to speed up the final freezing process, a pre-cooled custom heatsink can be placed on top of the transparent mold once the chuck has been inverted. This allows the freezing to occur from 2 surfaces simultaneously. You can clearly observe that the margin of interest prepared using the CryoCaddy system is entirely visible and located in one plane.